When I tell you guys that making these videos are hard, believe me. Anybody who says that making YouTube videos are easy is a liar. I have no other way to say that. Right now I'm at a camera repair shop. This is a Camera Service Co. Very nice customer service. I didn't have to leave my lens here, but more like, just to make it all short, simple and sweet, I bought a 24 to 105 millimeter lens off of what was it, Amazon. I bought it off Amazon. Obviously it wasn't through a company or anything like that. It was through a private seller. You know, I wouldn't recommend anybody do that, but me personally, I wanted to get that 24 to 105, so I had to go ahead and get it. I spent like maybe $800 on it. Yeah, but basically, like, when I'm shooting with the lens, it gives me these problems. It gives me an error. It's called error 101, and it's saying like the connection between the camera and the lens is faulty, so you either got to clean it up or whatever. And I'm like checking it and I'm making sure that it was clean all the time, but for some reason I kept running into that problem. And when I brought it in there today, the lens was working fine. Like, there were no issues. So now I look crazy because now I'm bringing them a lens that doesn't even need to be fixed. But at the same time, that's a good thing. But I'm also very cynical when it comes to these things. I'm gonna wait until it starts to fail me. So what I want to talk about in today's video specifically is like the three major things that I notice myself as a creative and many other creatives do. And these are things that if you're looking to become a, you know, full-time photographer, or you want to indulge yourself into your passion and make money from it and more, or if you just like creating just for the sake of it, these are three major things that I've struggled with myself, and I think that a lot of other artists and entrepreneurs struggle with as well. So let's get into it. But first, I gotta drive to the next destination. All right, so I made it here to Cumberland Mall, but I'm seeing a lot of people in cosplay, and I'm hoping that means that there's like a convention or something around here, because for anybody who actually knows me, I do love anime. All right, I just never done the cosplay. I never done the cosplay. Not that I don't want to, not that I think it's lame or anything like that. I just never prioritized it, but I'll do that. I'm gonna do that soon though. Why not? But let me find out. I'm gonna ask one of these people in one of their but there's a lot of nurse outfits out here, like anime nurse, not RN nurse. All right, cool. So I just found out that there's actually an anime convention going on today. They're saying it's like $50 to get in, but I'm like so hungry I had to stop and get something to eat first. So once I eat, then we can go ahead and get into there, and I'll go ahead and see if I can get some footage and whatnot. Well, not even see, I should be able to get to, you know what I mean? It's pretty friendly, an open environment, a lot of creative people there, especially when it comes to their costumes, and that would be really amazing. But let's get into number one, comparing. All right, if you haven't heard it before, comparison is the thief of joy. If you're always comparing yourself or your work to everybody else's, even your friends, then you'll never be happy. You'll never truly be able to enjoy the process of what you create when you're creating it, or when the product is finished. Because if you're always thinking like, oh, I wish my work was as good as so-and-so's, or I wish my colors were as good as so-and-so's, don't worry about none of that. Just perfect it the way that you want it to be. And that's all you should be concerned about. If you're always comparing yourself to everyone, how will you be number one? Number two, stop waiting for the right time. And here's a prime example. I had planned to put this video out like 2-3 weeks ago, sometime after I made that last video. But because I was consistently waiting for the right time or the right day for me to go ahead and pull out my camera and start recording, now here I am doing this super late. And here we are, right? If you're always waiting for what you believe to be the right time, you're never going to get the response that you want from people. It's not always going to pan out the way that you want it to. Sometimes we're going to have to go through it because, you know, we're afraid of failure. I get it, you know, but you're going to have to experience that failure in order for you to learn. So stop fearing it. Just enjoy the ride, release the work, put your content out there. They're always saying that if you don't put your content out there, no one will ever see it. You will never know how they will respond to your work. And remember, when it comes down to it, it's all about what you think about your work. It's not about the perspective of everyone else. It's great if they love it, but if you're satisfied with it, that's all that matters. Okay. And lastly, but not least, and this one is easier said than done, but number 3 is overthinking. I know, right? As a creative, as an entrepreneur, or just as an individual in general, we have a tough time breaking away from overthinking. It causes us to lead further into misunderstandings. It causes us to not think that our work is that great, or what we're doing is that great, or we may think that we're not doing enough at times. The thing is that you have to find a proper balance to really weigh it out the best way that you can. You know, you're not always going to be right, but that's the whole point of failure. What I'm saying is, well, you know what I mean, what I've said before, when it comes to people and failure, we're always afraid of failure. We don't want to deal with failure. We always want to avoid failure, but truth being told, you always learn so much more from failure. That's how you get better, from what you failed at. Now you know what not to do. Now you know what right ways to go about it. Now you can go about testing certain things and making sure that it's the right way that you want it to be. And you know, I can always say that we need to stop overthinking, but again, that's something that is, like I said in the beginning, that is easier said than done. It is a process. You have to be patient with yourself when it comes to wanting to be a photographer, a videographer, a cinematographer, a artist, a painter, a graphic artist, whatever the case may be. You have to find a way to be patient with yourself. If you're not patient with yourself or patient with your craft, and you want to try to move things very quickly, it's not going to come out the way that you want it to. So don't overthink. Stop comparing yourself and stop waiting for the right moments. Just make sure that you're doing things that you want to do. Make sure you're having fun. Make sure that you're doing it at a pace that makes you feel comfortable and makes you feel great. All right? And that is my list of 3 things that a lot of creatives and entrepreneurs should stop doing. Of course, I know number 3 is always going to be easier said than done, but you know what I mean? They're all easier said than done, but you just have to give yourself that time to fully develop and you'll be on your way. Like myself, I mean, I'm still learning a lot, but I'm having fun on this journey. And I think a lot of people need to have a lot of fun, all right? It's about the journey. It's not so much about the destination. If you're always concerned about the destination, and once you get there, you know what I mean, you're gonna miss out on everything that you did before. Enjoy the time that you're having with this, all right? Enjoy the process. Believe in the process. Don't force the process, all right? So I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks again for always watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe, because it is you that helps the growth of this channel. All right, take it easy.